YouTubers out there. Just got me thinking about some more really cool information for you guys. As it is, I'm gonna welcome back to some more DJ mistakes. I just was researching into it, and I only found at least like 6 more. I made myself a list right here with this scrap piece of paper. Okay, so I got like 6 that I like to cover and shout out to you guys. Okay, at number 1, which is the odd track jumps in. That is like having a track that when you're mixing and suddenly the track that you have goes in and it comes out and it throws things off. Why it's called odd? Because it's out of the ordinary. Something that comes out of the ordinary that throws everything off, and that will result into train wreck, which I've talked about here on my channel as well too. So don't forget to check out the other DJ mistakes out there, because it has loads of really good information for you guys. Okay, at number 2, which is the computer vibrates and stalls, and that is when your like say your computer freezes. It makes a noise depending on what it is. It stalls, and it skips itself. When it's trying to run, it will vibrate, making a really weird noise, like that kind of noise right there. Also is basically it's like an unfortunate mistake, because it does happen. Now to fix that, which is making sure you're bringing your second laptop with the same song, the same songs and tracks on there as well, and then you can fix that with number 1. You can fix that just by putting in a different song to match up. That way it won't sound like it's odd. So number 1 and number 2 can be fixed. But those two ones there have been big mistakes as well. Okay, now we're down to number 3 on the list, and that is drops in speed in the track. And that is when a track is high in BPMs and is going at a steady pace. Well, what happens is if you put in a different track that then comes in and you try and mix it, what's going to happen is it's going to slow down the track that is supposed to be out there. It's going to slow that one down completely. And it's going to lose the momentum and the right speed, because it's trying to match up to the other one. And that in a result of another form of train wrecking there. Now to fix that one, which is trying to find the same speed as that other track, or just about to that same speed. That way, when it comes in, it will blend peacefully, and then you won't have that to happen. But that right there has been a mistake that has ever been made, but it's also one that can be fixed. Okay, now we're down to number 4 on the list, and that's too many gaps in tracks, and that's having a track going at its right speed, and because of the levels in tracks might separate from each other time by time, which it is okay, but it's really not that okay. Reason is because it's losing its momentum. It's flaking out. Now that's in the result of a bad MP3. Again, getting the clean MP3s. I've also mentioned that here as well too. Another one, which is the timing is off on that specific track, which is another form of train wreck as well. But by fixing that problem before it turns into one, is finding the tracks that don't have many gaps within it, and then you're good to go. And then when you start mixing, it's going to sound like a symphony, because that is what it's for. Is for having those tracks sound like a symphony without hardly any breaks in it. Just if there's some breaks, it's okay. We can fix it up by using what you call another track coming in and weaving. So again, weave, and then you can weave yourself out of that problem. But that right there can fix that as well too. So that was number 4, which has been a big mistake, but it's also one that can be fixed. Okay, now we're down to number 5, and that is too much gain and power drive. What happens when too much gain and power are in there? It's going to provide mayhem. Too much of it, because it is very forceful. And that will have things to like if you're doing it at home, things shaking, the plates are rattling, but also in clubs as well too. But not just the rattling and things falling off, more like blowing the speakers or making it unbearable. That is what you do not want, because that has been a big mistake that has ever been made. So how to fix that is, again, the gain control, to just turn that down a little bit, and again with the volume, and making sure you don't give it that much power, because mainly what needs to happen is when you're in the club, they have their own power to power it up, to move it up, and then you have to underplay a bit. That way the sound is there. That's why we have sound checks, so that way that won't happen, and it will help their equipment and your equipment out. So again, right there can be fixed at number 5. Okay, now the last one at number 6 on the list, which is too much vinyl scratch. Okay, so too much vinyl scratch is that you do that you're everyone likes to hear the sound of a vinyl scratch, right? But too much of it can cause train wreck, because then either you're speeding up the track or you're decreasing the speed of the track, or you're doing the vinyl to where that you start to lose the rich sounds of the track. And again, we'll probably be into the stalling of it, which will throw things off. That in itself, right there, it can lead into train wreck, and it'll sound pretty annoying. No one will want to hear too much scratching going on, because they want to hear their song or the track. So how to fix that? So you're careful with that. Well, as it is, number 1, stay in time and in tune of the track. and just once in a while scratch a little bit, because scratching is expressive. But if a little bit goes a long way, it's just like adding a little tiny drop of honey, and that will go a long way. So if you add that once in a while, it'll sound pretty awesome. Like you hear in music, like in DJ tracks, and there's some scratching going on. Right there, it adds something to the mix, right? So you want that to blend. So again, the timing and the execution, where you doing the vinyl scratch, and right there you can fix up that a problem. But also just have fun, and get those clubs pumping up, and keep the crowds dancing. So that is it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you find this video very helpful. That way you guys will know on some of the DJ mistakes that are out there. So have fun watching, and stay tuned for more.